Many of you has known me as the credit expert, Pearl Polto. I've done many shows on different topics, but today I'm directing it to everyone out there. Why? I want to reach everybody across the United States and the world. I've been watching all the mistakes and all the misinformation that's going on out there. Well, today, this is for you. You're going to know the facts from the fiction. I've taken a few notes as well because I don't want to forget anybody out there. This show is a little bit different than any of the show I've done. Why? Because I've been watching, just like you've been watching. But I have experience of 30 years. You don't. So I see all the mistakes that people make. You know, this show is to invest in yourself. You're going to learn facts from fiction and what's really going on out there. You've heard it from the internet, you guess what's going on, and you really don't know nothing. We're going to talk about all this today, that you know finally what's going on out there. So you don't have to look at your internet, you don't have to look at your friends, you don't have to look at anything out there, because the facts are the facts, and you can't change the facts. Number one is Equifax. You know, years ago, I've done a show, and I had a congressman on my show, and telling him about Equifax. Equifax that you didn't even know about. Equifax was a bill collection company and a credit bureau. Everybody knew about it. Did they do anything about it? No. They sat back and they said, oh, let nature take its course. You didn't even know what the credit bureaus were out there. Now all of a sudden, 3 years later, Equifax got hacked by T-Mobile. Now, I'm going to tell you, if anybody out there that you apply for credit and you ask them, what credit bureau are you pulling up? If they say Equifax, say, no, I don't want it. Don't want it. Forget it. And walk away. And if they say why, say, well, let me teach you something. Equifax, if they got hacked and you're pulling up Equifax, they know everything about me. And you're giving it to everybody else out there. So all the telemarketers are going to be contacting me. And everybody has my file. Because you didn't know what you were doing either. So to all the people out there, let the people know, hey, if you're pulling up Equifax, I'm walking out of here. If you're pulling up the other two, well, that's a different story. Bill collectors. Oh my God. How many out there and how many calls I get every day on bill collectors? Pearl, I got this call. What do I do? They're at my door. What do I do? Doesn't anybody understand, you know, I mean, they say I'm tough. Yes, I am tough. But I have to be tough because I want to do away with the bill collectors. I can't do away with them because of people like you accepting the fact. And you only accept the fact when you get in trouble. Bill collectors are not allowed to harass you. They're not even allowed to knock on your door to say what they are, who they're not. They can't collect on a debt that's 10 years old because that's the new scam that they're doing now. But how would you know? You would say, well, I've seen it on the internet. They're not allowed to do this. How would you know and what would you do? I'm going to raise my hand because I am the person for you to contact. I'm that person. This is why I'm doing this special show right now. You know, the question, and this is a joke. Credit scores. This is a big joke. How many times have you said, and I've heard people say it, consumers like yourself, what's my score? You don't even care what your credit is. What's my score? Think about 10 years ago. If you had negatives or positives or anything, latenesses on a credit report, you're worried about today, what is my score? Now, the banks are too. You're not the only one in this predicament. The banks are too. They're going to say, well, let's pull up your score. Do they really know what the credit score is? No. Banks don't know it. Mortgage companies don't know it, and they're hurting you. Every time you pull your score, it's dropping. I had a client one time, we had him up to an 800. And he said, how did I get to 400? In 1 week, I said, what are you doing? Well, I applied for a car, I wanted shopping for the best rate. But every time you apply for the car, it dropped 30 points. You didn't even know it. And you have great credit. So if you get a credit card, sorry, your score's too low. They don't even understand. They don't communicate with the system. Your score may be low, but you got excellent credit for the last 20 years. Do people understand it? You do now. You know how to fight it. You know how to dispute it. You know how to fight it. And you can do it through me as well. Next thing I'm going to talk about is credit and marriages. Sounds crazy. Sounds crazy. Credit in marriages. You sit back, you're getting married, and as you're getting married, your spouse wants to apply for a mortgage, and you're saying, oh my God, I got a credit problem, what do I do? Because you never told them. You never told your spouse that you have a credit problem. You're too afraid to. So that's going to start an argument right off the bat. Credit and marriage. If you're going to get married, don't get married for wrong reasons. Don't get married because you're insecure, or you want a mate, or you want somebody living with you, or whatever the problem is. Your credit follows you. It follows you everywhere you go. So if you say to your spouse, I forgot to tell you, I have a credit problem. He's going to say, why didn't you tell me? I didn't think you'd marry me. So the first argument starts in a marriage is your credit. It has to do with money, 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 but this time it has to do with credit. So you're on a bad list with your spouse right now because you lied to him just to get married. And so if you're going to get married, you say to him, you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about your score. Let's talk about credit. Not just your score, because you won't even know your score. Because your score could go up and down, up and down. Let's talk about why you want to get married. Now, don't procrastinate. A lot of people procrastinate with two things. Credit and your health. You may have a pain in your chest. Oh, I'll wait till I go to the doctor's. I don't have insurance yet. I will wait. And then 4 months later, you died and you have a heart attack. And somebody says, oh my God, I hear this every day. Well, I didn't follow through because I didn't go to the doctor's. Now, I can tell you some stories. I can tell you some stories too, because I've changed 5 doctors already. Why? Because they want to give out medication all the time. They want to give out medication and you don't even need it. And then they wonder why everybody's addicted out there. So when it comes to doctors and health, do your homework. People believe in 2 things, attorneys and doctors. How come? How come? You don't believe in anything else, but if your attorney says something or your doctor says something, you're listening to them. You have cancer? Oh, let's go to my doctor. Let's go for the chemo. Let's go for this. And there's other ways of doing it. Same with your doctor. Sit down and talk to them. I'm very upfront with my doctor. I'll say, hey, I want to say it like it is to you. Say it like it is to me. Because it's my life, my body, and this is what's happening. And you read it all the time when it comes to health and everything else. The next thing we're going to talk about is awareness. Awareness is a big word. Be aware what's going on in the system. Don't close your eyes. Open your mouth. When I'm saying being aware, supermarkets. Did you know when you go into a supermarket that the old items, some of you do know, the old items are in front and the new items are in the back? And they were told to this. They were told you to buy them. You may even get it on sale, but it's the dates on it is 2 years ago. Be aware. When you go to your supermarket, this is a consumer problem now. Be aware of what you're buying. Look at the dates, because right now they're putting all this information in the front so you could buy all this. And guess who wins? They win, you lose, because then you're sick next month. And then you have to go to your doctor who you're not even sure of with it. Scamming seniors, citizen and seniors, it's a racket out there. It's so sad. Why it's sad? Many seniors don't know how to use their computers, and many seniors don't know how to use the website. So what happens is they're goners. They're goners. Because somebody goes onto their website to say, oh, you could have been hacked. You could have been hacked. You got to call this toll-free number, because your website may be going down or under. Call this toll-free number. You get so scared, you call the toll-free number. Well, what happens? Bingo. They just got all your information. They got your Social Security, they got your bank account, they got your checking account, because you got scared. They were going to close it down. You didn't do your homework. If you see any toll-frees on your emails that says, call me right away, don't do it. Don't fall victims to it. And these are the seniors. I'm just taking a little fraction of what's going on out there that's happening to senior citizens so they don't steal your identity. Another thing that happened this week, so sad. This is to all the parents out there. To all the parents. Did you ever hear, I'm sure you did, the dating scene on the internet? Well, here's a teenager. She goes on the internet, she puts everything out there, she wants to date. She wants to date, of course. Everybody out there wants to date, but she goes on the internet. This 49-year-old goes on the internet and gets her 16 years old. And he makes a date with her, but he sends a different picture. He sends a different picture like he's God. Well, she fell for it. Not only she fell for it emotionally before she even met the guy. Well, guess what happened? As of this week, he killed her. He killed her. She's dead. Now, what is a mother supposed to do? The mother can't stop that. So every teenager out there, or every mother out there, look, tell your teenage kids to watch this too. Because there's victims out there. There's victims out there that try to get you emotionally. And once they get you emotionally, oh, they got you. You'll do anything for them. And she did. She did. She did anything for him, but she did not know this guy was not her age. So she paid the price sexually, and she died for it. And this was just locally in the Philadelphia papers. And it's pretty sad when it comes to this, when it comes to credit and it comes to health. I'm saying about all this, let me tell you what I do. I'm also a paralegal. I became a paralegal not to practice law, because there's two things you stay away from, attorneys and doctors. But I wanted to see what the attorneys knew about everything. And, you know, just like a doctor, you have a heart doctor, right? You have a heart doctor, you go to a heart doctor. You go to another doctor, you go to any kind of doctor or specialist. So why would you say one attorney is good for all? Because they're not. If they practice law, they practice it for one special thing. But you think because of the word attorney, they do it all. Same with a doctor. Well, this doctor's telling me this, doctor's telling me, what kind of a doctor is he? Did you check? Did you do your homework? You know, what kind of world are we living in that you can't do your homework, that you can't look in the mirror to look at yourself? And to say, what am I doing wrong? I believe everybody. Well, sure you believe everybody. We want to believe everybody. We want to. But we're not living in a world that we have to. We have to do our homework. We have to do our homework. My service consists of that. I started with credit. And with credit, I'm also a consumer advocate for your problems, for the credit bureaus, what I was just talking about. When I started, there was 6 major credit bureaus out there. We're down to 3. Hopefully we're down to 2. Because Equifax, I want them off the map because of what they're doing to the people. And please, again, I will repeat with Equifax, do not apply for credit. And if you do, ask them, are you pulling up Equifax? If you did, I don't want your credit. I don't want your credit, because what you're doing is you're giving them a gun. You're giving them a gun. I've already written to the Federal Trade Commission about it. I'm still on hold waiting for that, what they're going to do with it. They better not fine them. Congress better not do a lot of things. They better just fire them like they did the other credit bureaus in the past with it. What I do is credit. They call me the miracle worker. It's not that I perform miracles. Everything that you have bad on you. Now, how do I do that? How do I do that? How do I just remove everything that's bad on you? I just don't remove everything that's bad on you. I have to dispute. I have to talk to you. I have to look at a report. I have to say, hey, I'm going to go by the law with this. This person's going to have good credit by the time I'm done. Bill collectors that are on there as charge-offs, it's a process they go through. An example, you owe a creditor. You can't afford to pay them. So what happens? They want to get paid. So they go to their accountant, and their accounting says, write it off, write it off. And they do. They write it off. Now, the bill collector now is in collections, because they wrote it off. Now it's the bill collector that comes to you and harasses you, comes to your door, calls you all hours of the night and says, I'm allowed to do this. They're not allowed to do this. Put in your head, they're not allowed. So they say, are they allowed? Because they're scaring me. They said they're going to take my home, take my car. They're not allowed. First of all, credit cards are unsecured, which means, unsecured means like anything. They're not allowed to touch it. But if they can convince you, they got it made, who wins is them. Now it's on your credit report. When I see it on a credit report that tells me it's out of the creditor's hands, I'm not even going to dispute with the creditor's hands. I'm not going to make deals with the creditors. So it's easy to me to dispute directly to the credit bureaus. And their job is to investigate it. And it will be removed. It will be. What can be removed, what cannot be removed from a credit report? Bankruptcy. I call it the 10-year curse in one of my books. By the way, I am an author of 5 books on credit. But the only thing that cannot be removed is bankruptcy. So I'm against it. I'm against it because I call it the 10-year curse. Why would you want something on your report for 10 years when you can have it removed minimum of 30 days? Why would you want this? Now we have another practice out there that it aggravates me. I was the first one. Talk about pioneers. Then all of a sudden, all of them came into existence. Every credit repair company came into existence out there. Oh, we can do it. We can do your credit. We can charge you this. We can charge you that. We can charge you this. And do you like the fee? Well, all of you are tempted. You want your credit corrected. You want it the lowest fee. And all of you are corrected because you're believing again. And then you pay the price. And then finally I get you because somebody referred you to me, and you say, well, I paid this much money. I paid this much money, and look at me now. So what do you want me to do? Feel sorry for you? And not charge you? No. You learned a lesson. I always say there's lessons to be learned. I will charge you. I won't charge you as much as you think I will because you did pay a price. But I will correct you the same. I will start you. Like another company out there, not mentioning names, they don't start you till a year later. And they think it's great. They're charging you $100 a month. Wow. By the time you're done, and there's no refunds on it. But you think you got away with it. You got away with the money part. And you really didn't. I'm asking you now, I'm on a mission with the whole United States. I'm on a mission. If you have a credit problem, don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. Do it. And I'm going to charge you the lowest fee that I could charge. If you go to my website, you'll see what I charge. But I'm going to charge you the lowest fee. You can call up to say, what's the fee? I will tell you. Because I need your dedication to say, I'm ready. I am ready. I'm not going to procrastinate. You just got to mention my dog's name, Chi-Chi. If you mention my dog's name, you'll get under the cost. But if you want to procrastinate, this is the way this world is going. My name is Pearl Polto. My website is pearlpolto.net. And we have toll-free number all over the place. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Alabama. I'm on TV all over the place. CNN. But you're not going to know because you like everything handed to you. You're dealing with the wrong person here. I'm strict. You have to read all my instructions. And if you didn't read it, call me. You can call me in the middle of the night if you have to with a problem. But if you call me to say, what's going on with this, what's going on with that, I'm going to say, you didn't read nothing that I sent to you. You didn't read none of the instructions. Because the people that read my instructions are done. And you're still procrastinating. And then the interesting part is, even today, I received a phone call. And they said, Pearl, I wanted to call you. I got your package. I wanted to so bad get my whole life in order, but I have to tell you, I lost my brother, I lost my father, and I had to take care of my family. I said, really? I do feel sorry for you. But I don't tell people this, but I'm going to say it now. I lost my daughter to cancer. What am I going to do? Tell you I can't do your work because I lost my daughter? No. I still have to continue my job because you're the one who's paying me to do the work. So don't procrastinate with you as well because some will feel sorry for you. I won't because I did the losing too. I lost too. So if you're going to find people that procrastinate or you're going to find people to feel sorry for them, go right ahead. Because I always say the devil's on your side. He's not going to leave your room until you decide to move forward. And when you decide to move forward, guess what? The whole heavens open up. And you can do what you want. From being a credit expert to a paralegal to an insurance agent, I mean, look at how the heavens opened up for me. Look how they opened up for me. Just to help you. And this is what it's all about. I do send out, you call my toll-free, 1-800-876-CREDIT, and you say, I seen this on Facebook, I seen it on LinkedIn, I seen it on everything. I want you to send me out your package, but not to sit on it, because you're going to get the lowest possible price. The lowest possible price. Now, I'm not even going to say it. I will tell you. My normal fee, if you got my package, you're going to see, or on the website, it's going to say $1,500. Wow, it's kind of scary. But you have all these credit problems, you owe $50,000, $60,000, and I'm going to make sure you don't pay none of them. But because of everybody that's listening to this and takes it for heart, and takes it really to heart, my fee is going to be $600. You heard me, $600. But you have to mention my dog, Chi-Chi, and you have to say you watch this. You watch this film, and your eyes are opening up, and you're going to take care. And then you can call me to say, tell me what you did, because I may do a show on it. Tell me what you did that you think was so spectacular. Tell me that you changed your doctor. Tell me that you changed your attorney. Tell me all this. I want to hear it, because then I know that you're working the way it's supposed to work. Again, as I always say, even on my shows, this is Pearl Polto. As always, making the most of your credit, giving credit where credit's due. I hope you call me. I hope you're my client. And I just hope you don't just turn the page, because we'll never get ahead in this country. God bless you.